Look at your goofy ass. Over here thinking your girl's a unicorn. Not knowing that your future wife has a past. Your future wife is getting slutted out right now. Your future wife is going to sex parties. Your future wife is exploring with her sexuality. Because your goofy ass wanted to take a chance on a woman over 30. If you want to take a chance on a woman over 30, that is fine. Do that if you want to, but just know that she has a past. If you're over here thinking that your girlfriend's a unicorn, she's innocent, nah, she's not. A lot of these girls are exploring with their sexuality. They're going through the whole phase and they're having fun. It's tough, man. I feel like, shit, you may need to get them at 21, 22. It feels like that sometimes because these women are just sleeping around. Here in New York City, like I told you guys before, there are so many sex clubs, private parties, like swinger stuff going on. It's very open-minded here in New York City. Like I told you guys before, when I met those married women, it was on that Field app. And yeah, it's just a lot of crazy stuff that goes down here. These women are not innocent, man. They're having fun. They're exploring with their sexuality. But you have to understand that when you take a woman over 30, you just got to know, man, she has a past. And it doesn't matter what us men do. We are men. We can have unemotional sex and keep it going. But it's just a double standard. You know you don't want a woman with a high body count. Do you want a woman with a high body count? You want to wife her up and give her the world? Some of you guys are doing that. You guys are ignoring all the red flags because this woman is pretty. That don't bother you that she is a beautiful woman and she's still single past 35? That means something is wrong with her. Like I told you guys before, there's no such thing as a good woman over 30. There's not. If you were such a good woman, why didn't anybody wife you up? Maybe it's because her standards were too high. That all plays a part. A lot of these women are getting turned out. Your future wives right now, they are getting sexually turned out by these men. A lot of these women are dating older dudes because these older guys have money. It was easy for me to get young chicks into my apartment. I'm talking about 23, 24, because the guys their age, they don't have their own place. When I was on Field and Tinder, it was easy for these women just to come over because they wanted to get banged out. These are 23-year-olds, 24-year-olds, some were 25. It wasn't that hard. I didn't have to take them out on dates, none of that. But when I told you, when I was on Field, man, because when I was in a relationship for 6 years, I was out of the dating scene. And even before, I wasn't aware of all this stuff that's going on, with all these sex parties, a lot of people being poly. And, I've had threesomes, but a lot of people go to sex parties here, man. You would never think. You would think the most innocent person who's focused on their career, these are the main ones getting their freak on. These women who are boss chicks, who are like corporate baddies. I wouldn't say baddie, but these are corporate women. They're working these high stressful jobs, and a lot of these women just want to get banged out. I met a couple of women on Field, man. Field is that dating app I told you about where I was meeting all these freaky chicks. And I came across so many women, bro, who told me they went to sex parties. Like that one Spanish wife I was telling you about. She went to a sex party. She wanted to get slutted out, she said. She wanted to explore. And then I met this other girl, bad light-skinned chick, mixed chick. We had fun, and I wanted to see her again. But when she told me that, I had sex with her on that same week, right? And I think it was either like a Tuesday or Thursday. And I remember this because I was turned off. We had sex that following week, right? And I hit her up again. I was like, you trying to come over again or what? Because the pussy was good, And she was like, she's going to a sex party. I'm like, damn, I was just with you the other day, but women do not care, man. And she went to a sex party. And she was texting me, bragging to me about like, oh my God, I had so much fun. It's like, it was so fun. I went to this sex party and I had sex in public and it was so hot having people watch me. And this woman was only 24. Bad chick, 24, light skin, curly hair. I was like, fuck. But I was so turned off. I was like, I'm good. Because I'm cool with freaky shit. For me, group sex is me with two other women or another chick. Me, two other women or another girl, in the comfort of my own home. But to go to a sex party and do like a lot of women are exploring with their sexuality here in New York. I don't know if it's just I'm pretty sure it's all over the world, but I came across so many women that I talked to on field tenders who said they went to sex parties and stuff. One woman told me that she went to a sex party and she didn't play, she just watched. I don't believe that. I'm pretty sure that she was playing and having fun. But a lot of these women are exploring with their sexuality. A lot of women are having more sex than men. You got to think about it. The average woman is on a dating app. She's getting flooded with all these messages. Wow, a decent guy who's in shape, who looks like a good dude, right? He's hardly getting any matches. You got a lot of below average women getting flooded with messages and likes. So a lot of these women are going to explore. And a lot of these women who deal with older dudes with money, there ain't no telling what these older dudes are doing to these young girls. A lot of your future wives are fucking these older dudes with money too. They got a sugar daddy. They're on seeking arrangements. There's so many sugar daddy sites that these women are on. And I'm in New York City, bro. It's expensive here. So a lot of women, everyone is on survival mode because it's so expensive. So a lot of women are going to do it. You don't like, you could be dating a girl, bro, and you don't even know that she's an escort on the side. You don't know that she's turning tricks and you over here taking a woman out on a date, taking her out to dinner. I banged this one girl, man, this one chick, she came over and, I broke my rule. She was 32. Yeah, 32. And you know how they are. So we hooked up, right? And then after we hooked up, she was like, "Are we exclusive?" Because I'm trying to like settle down. And I was like, "No, I'm not looking for anything serious." So she was rushing to like find somebody. And I get it, she's on a time clock, but that's one of the main reasons why I don't really fuck with people over 30 anymore, because they are on a time clock to settle down and get serious. And I'm not on that wave. I'm not trying to be tied down to one woman for the rest of my life. I'm not. And she opened up to me about how she went on a date with some dude. Like this dude she was hooking up with, right? They went to a sex party together. And she told me this after the fact, like after we hooked up and stuff. Because I'm pretty sure if she told me this before, I'm pretty sure I would have been turned off. But she said she went to a sex party with this dude, right? And I guess the dude wasn't that attractive, so he wasn't getting that much attention at the party. So she said, yeah, he disappeared. And then he came in the room and I had two guys on me. And I was like, bruh, two guys on you? And she was like, yeah, I had two guys on me. And then I met another couple there and I was having fun with the couple. And I'm like, damn. And I thought I was, because last year I had a rotation of a lot of women I was dealing with, of just banging them out. And I thought I was getting a high body count, but you have women who have an extremely higher body count than us men. I thought I was cleaning house on Field and Tinder because I was just getting so much. I was getting so many women back and forth from my apartment every other weekend. So I'm thinking I'm getting it in, but you have women out here who are going on multiple dates a week, having sex. They have a rotation of men that they're dealing with. And then also you have women who are exploring as well, women who are in polys. And keep in mind, if you have a woman who's having multiple sex partners throughout the week and they're also going to sex parties, exploring with other men, there's no way that these women who have such a high body count, there's no way that they can pair bond with one man. They can't. And it's funny because these women are like, I'm looking for something serious, but I want it to be like an open relationship. It's like, okay, so you want to get into a serious relationship and you want to fuck other people while this dude's paying all your bills. Most women want that. And that is insane to me. But it's like, what's the point of being in a relationship? Because she gains more out of the relationship than you, because you're paying all the bills, you're providing, but she gets to fuck the guy she really wants to fuck. She gets to play with couples she really wants to have sex with while you're paying all the bills, working 12 hours a day to make sure that this woman is comfortable. I'm telling you, man, a lot of these women are getting turned out. And to be honest with you, bro, I think I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't know. I don't think I knew when they were telling me about the sex parties they went to. It kind of, I felt some type of way. I felt some type of way because I felt like, damn, I didn't fuck you that good for you to like want to like not go to a sex party. But I think these women are just so addicted to the attention. and all this, like a lot of these women are having free sex. And I felt that way. I was like, damn. I was like, did I not fuck you that good to make you not want to go to a sex party? Because they were going to these sex parties during the following week after I saw them. And I was like, damn. And I'm like, these women are really getting it in. And it was like a shock to me because keep in mind, I was in a relationship for 6 years. That's one person I've been with for 6 years. I didn't know how open the dating, I didn't know how open-minded everybody was. Even before I got into a relationship, shit, the women I was meeting on Hinge and shit, they weren't that freaky like that. They weren't that freaky like that. But I'm telling you, man, and they were telling me, so these women were telling me the sex parties they go to is like some of these are like very exclusive and private. And they've told me like they've seen influencers there, so-called some famous people, but I ain't gonna say their names, but they're like, it's exclusive. You have to be approved. It's like this one girl who I met, um, who she said she went to this private exclusive sex party. This bitch was lying. She was like, I didn't play with nobody. I just watched. But she was saying it was nothing but attractive people because you have to be approved. But she was like, it was nothing but hot men there, hot women. And I'm like, there's no way you didn't play. There's no way. If you're saying that there was nothing but hot women there, come on now. I just don't, come on. You just can't believe that. You know, there's no way that her ass was just sitting there watching. But a lot of these women are getting it in at these sex parties and exploring. And these are your future wives, bro. These women who your goofy ass is gonna look past this and wife her goofy ass up, post wall, not even knowing the shit that she was doing in her 20s. When women are single, bro, I'm telling you, when women are single, they are getting slutted out. And think about the women who put a price on their head who only date guys with the money. There ain't no telling what these rich dudes are doing to these women. And like, these women are getting it in, while a lot of these guys are not even having that much sex. So it's life, man. That is the dating market we are in. Women are really exploring why these guys aren't really having that much sex. Especially these guys who are taking women on multiple dates a week, ain't getting no pussy. They're taking date. It cracks me up how there's guys out here taking women on 5 to 6 dates and still ain't getting no sex. That is insane to me. But they don't have common sense. They don't realize that they're being used for a free meal. The reason I don't believe in taking women on dates and spending a fucking dime on these women, because women have it too easy. They get free food. They go on multiple dates a week. And women they put guys in categories. The nigga that fucks good, who I'm gonna keep on the side, and the nigga I'm not into, who he's gonna have to pay for my attention. That's why I do not believe in taking women on dates. You over here taking a woman on a date here in New York City, not knowing that she was at a sex party on Saturday. Then she met her friends with benefits on Sunday. You over here taking a woman on a date here in New York City, not knowing she goes to sex parties every weekend because she needs a stress reliever because she works this busy ass corporate job. She's a corporate baddie chick. She's a boss bitch. And she's so stressed she wants to get banged out. Stop taking these women on dates, man. Because you taking a woman on a date you taking a woman on a date who's been with 7 other dudes within 2 weeks. Getting slutted out, getting banged out. It's real, man. Let's watch these clips. Take it back. How I looked at the start of a sex party versus afterwards. So you see how she's dressed, about to get slutted out. That's how, yep.
So if you didn't know.
Yep. That's how it be, man. They get all dressed up. It's just a normal day. Like they're going to the club, and they're going to a club where they're going to be getting their screw on all night. Storytime exclusive sex party in New York City. So what she describes in this clip, and it's so funny how these women are on TikTok talking about this as well. That's how open-minded everyone is nowadays, that they're putting their business on TikTok. So this sex party that she went to, this is the club that I told you. This is the club that girl was telling me about. The one who said that she just watched, she didn't play. That's bullshit. I know that she was getting her freak on, but this is the club that she was talking about.
New York has these exclusive parties that you can go to, and it's actually like pretty hard to get into. It's like a two-step application process, and they actually have to interview you and everything before you can actually go. So my friend did the application process and I was her plus one, so I just kind of wanted to give you guys like a first-hand experience of what it's like to actually attend one.
Yeah, so what she just said, that girl told me this was the same thing for her. Her friend got her as a plus one. Yeah, they doing some freaky shit out here. So her friend goes to these a lot, and that's how she got introduced to this lifestyle through her girlfriend.
Bear in mind, this party only happens once a month and they change the location every single month. And the one that I went to was located actually in a penthouse in Soho. So when you first arrive, there's gonna be a guy at the front asking for your name, asking for your ID, and then when you get to the penthouse, before you even step into the penthouse, they're gonna take your phone and then give you like a number that's correlated to your phone, and they'll give you like a little like a notepad with a pen. So like if you wanted to like exchange phone numbers with someone you met there, you can do that. So on the main floor, there was a complete open bar, stocked with a bartender and everything, and then they also had exotic dancers and porn stars conducting acts to kind of get everybody into the mood. On the second floor, they
What she is describing is exactly what that girl told me. And this is what these hoes are doing on the weekends. If they are bored with these dates, with these dudes they are not into, if they are not getting piped down the way they want to, if they are just bored in general, these women are exploring with their sexuality and they are going to these sex parties here in New York City. It is what it is.
had like a professional whipper, and all the walls were lined in whips, like 50 Shades of Grey type stuff. And then on the bottom floor, they had three bedrooms fully stocked with literally every sex toy you could ever imagine. Throughout the night, what you were supposed to do was just, up until midnight, you were supposed to mingle, get to know people, whatever. I guess like figure out if you want to hook up with someone or not. And then as midnight kind of hit, everyone would like change into lingerie, and then they would head downstairs into the bedrooms, and then everyone would.
So the girl told me when she went, everyone had to get butt naked at midnight. So she said that her story, maybe, I guess it's a different theme for these parties, but the party that girl told me, everyone had to get butt naked at midnight and it went down. Even though you really believe that her ass was butt naked, not playing with anybody at that party? Come on now, bro.
Have like a massive orgy. And this party would go on till about 4 a.m. You can kind of leave whenever you want. Also, if you attend, you are not pressured to do anything at all. Like, if you go and you don't hook up with anyone, that's completely fine. I did that. I left at like 1 a.m.
You think that she wasn't fucking at that party? She said she left at 1 a.m. Bruh, don't let these women lie to you. These women are getting it in. And I feel like she's just trying to be as classy because this is on her TikTok. She has a lot of followers on TikTok. She was fucking. Ain't no way she was there till 1 a.m. just watching and not playing with herself. Come on, bro.
But you know, you can kind of go under an alias. Like, if you wanted to go and experiment with your sexuality and figure out what you like, you don't have to tell everyone your actual name. And I'm not gonna lie, every single person that I saw at that party, I've never once seen again in New York City. So if this is something you're interested in, I can literally comment what it's called. I'll get it from my best friend, but I just thought it was like such a cool experience that people also might want to experience.
Talk about it. Start mentioning it to people, or like bring up the conversation about parties and play parties. I know it's hard sometimes, but like even start a conversation regarding open-mindedness or something. You'll be surprised about how many people there are in the scene in some way or form around you, and you will find
That she's right about that. You will be surprised by how many people are doing this shit. I'm telling you, when I was on that field app and Tinder, I was surprised hearing the same thing over and over again, talking about I went to a sex party, I'm going to a sex party. I'm like, damn, that is a lot of people I'm coming in contact with who are going to these sex parties here in New York City.
places to go and connections through that. If you don't talk about it, it's really hard to build any type of community or get invited to any type of community. However, though, saying that, if you're not talking about it, Instagram, Google, there's like loads of parties, and you can definitely find their Instagram pages. They do socials, and if you find one, it's very likely that they are following others, so then you can kind of go into see who they have in common, who they follow, who they're not. Even on my page, if you want to go and have a look, I follow quite a few, and then you can go through there if you want to like scroll through. Yeah, I mean, there's KV, DV, KK, Joyride, TG, all these shortcuts, like, or like for the names. But yeah, I would go on Instagram pages, or I would actually just.
It's crazy, man, because a lot of people are doing this shit. I've never heard of any of these names, but a lot of women are undercover freaks. They're getting slutted out. They're exploring with their sexuality. If you're over here thinking that women are over here not doing freaky shit when they're not fucking you, you are sadly mistaken. Women get horny too. Everybody is at an all-time high with stress and job security, all that bullshit. Some people just need an escape, and a lot of women use sex as an escape. Men do it too, but women have more options to get laid and explore and get invited to these parties. I was invited to one of these sex parties, but I didn't want to go because the single guy, they were telling me the single guys have to pay $100 to go. And I'm like, fuck that. Why would I spend $100 when I'm already getting consistent sex at my crib? I'm not spending a dime on any women. And I feel like that's me I'm spending $100 to go meet sluts who do this every other weekend. No, that's why I was like, I'm not spending $100 to go. But I know some of these women were getting in for free. But again, bro, if you think your woman is a unicorn, if you think your future wife is a unicorn, especially if you get her ass past 35, I'll even say 30, and you think that she hasn't explored and have fun, you are sadly mistaken, bro.
Start talking about it, because I swear, when you start, you'll see how many there is out there. Good luck, happy hunting.
Let's talk about my very first play party. If you don't know what a play party sex party
is, it's a spicy, I'll just say it, sex party. This all happened around 2022. It was red.
Can you imagine wifing up a chick who's putting this shit on TikTok? All her business, bro. Women don't give a fuck, bro. And the reason they don't give a fuck is because these simps are still in their messages kissing their ass, paying their bills. These women are walking all over these simps. If you brought back shame and shit, I don't think women would be as open-minded as they are with this shit, putting their entire business on TikTok.
After COVID, and around that time, I was working with a lot of spicy content creators. During that time, they were booming. Okay,
she was working with spicy content creator. I don't know who this woman is, but I assume that she has a OnlyFans. If she said I was working with spicy content creators.
I was there to help them out with their glam. My favorite client, she was working.
Or maybe not. Maybe she does makeup for the content creators.
With this company that would throw amazing play parties. But at the time, I didn't do my research, so I went in without any expectations of what was going to happen. They reached out to me and they sent me an address, and I showed up to this gorgeous mansion. I remember getting there and they had a full staff. They had performers, models, bartenders, they had a DJ. Everyone was getting ready and setting up. I met the owner and I asked her what kind of look she wanted for the girls. She showed me the costumes. They were disco style costumes. She was like, we're going to be doing a Studio 54 style theme for this party.
Studio 54, y'all know about Studio 54? That was the it club back in the 70s. Ugly people cannot go to that club. And I like their vibe because shit, if I owned a club like that, ain't no old bitches allowed, no ugly bitches, no. But that was a club where they got their freak on. I'm talking about some freaky shit happened in that nightclub. And I think a lot of clubs are trying to bring that vibe back with these sex parties.
Except for, we're gonna name it Studio 69. Okay. I had been working with like a lot of spicy content companies, so this was nothing new to me. I still had no idea of what they were doing, but I was getting more curious. I began working, doing the glam on all the girls, and when I finished, I was talking to the videographer, and I asked, what exactly is this party? He says, it's a members only party. It's a play party. And I was like, what is the play party? Can you please give me more details? Is what I'm really thinking it is? He was like, do you want a tour of the house? Of course I said yes. We started downstairs. He showed me the big living room. It had 2 rooms actually. So on the left side, they had a golden old school tub with like the gargoyle legs, and then they had a disco dance floor, the one that lights up with the squares. Behind the dance floor there was like the huge bunny cutout of the logo that they have. It's a bunny head, and
These are your future wives, bro. Going to these sex parties and shit.
behind the ears was the DJ booth. But then we went upstairs. There were like 4 bedrooms, and each bedroom was decorated. And then we went to the master bedroom, which had, in my opinion, the coolest accessory. It was a St. Andrew's cross. If you don't know what that is, you should definitely Google it and look it up. At this point, I was intrigued and I was so determined to go to this party. So I asked the owner, she asked me, do you have a partner? Well, luckily I had just broken up with my partner at the time. So I said no. She was like, do you have an outfit that could fit the theme? I said,
This is why I don't believe in taking exes back, because when you break up, this is when they really go through the whole phase, and there ain't no telling what your ex does after you guys broken up. If your ex was never freaky with you, I'm telling you, they get freaky with these new strangers. It's so odd to me. Like, all the random hookups I was getting on Field and Tinder were with women who just got out of relationships and they wanted to get slutted out. That's why I don't think I can ever take an ex back, because I'm thinking about the shit I was doing with these girls. Pretty sure all of our exes are doing this when we went through a breakup. They're getting slutted out by all these strangers. All these things that we wanted to do with them in the bedroom, they're gonna do it with these strangers. That's why I don't agree with taking an ex back. Because if we were to be that stupid, fellas, and we got to continue to hold the line, if we were to be that stupid to take our exes back, we're paying full price for a used car, we're taking her back with open arms, with all that dick residue inside her, we're taking her back with all that D residue dripping out, all these random dudes that she's been exploring with and having fun, that she never wanted to do any freaky shit with you. She never wanted to do threesomes with you. She was like, I would never do a threesome and have another girl do that. But she ended up doing a threesome with a stranger after y'all broke up. She met some nigga, some random nigga who talked her into doing that shit. She told you, I would never do a threesome. I don't like eating pussy. She had a threesome with this nigga and she enjoyed eating that cat. I would never take an ex back, because that's my mindset. You've been ran through by all these different niggas and you expect to come back to me? Don't do it, fellas, because these women are getting slutted out and they are getting turned out. Everyone is just too open-minded right now. Extremely open-minded. Women are having more sex than these men. And these are well-to-do guys who got their shit together. They're having more sex than these guys.
of course. I have so many costumes. I had no idea what I was going to put together, but I managed to find a purple wig and a mini dress. It was like a very slinky metallic dress, and I made it work. So then I ended up back at the party. This time it was nighttime. There was security at the door. They checked my name, they took my phone, and I went inside. There was a gorgeous girl that greeted me at the door. She had a big afro. She gave me a gift bag. It had nipple clamps. And then I was getting nervous because I didn't know anyone besides my friend that was performing. After I grabbed my drink, I go find my friend that was performing, the one that referred me. Her performance was in the Golden Bathtub. She performed with another girl. They had a champagne bottle. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. I don't think I could tell the whole story here. Then everyone's attention shifted from the tub to the dance floor. There was about 4 or 5 performers there. I remember a girl in roller skates. They were all wearing gold costumes. It was wild, to say the least. At the end, the giant bunny ears lit up with sparklers. Everyone stampeded upstairs. I don't think I've ever seen people run so fast. They were ready to go. At one point, I was looking for the bathroom. I walked in. They have these giant showers. It was floor to ceiling glass, and there was like 20 stuffed bodies in there. They were all pressed against the glass. It was actually pretty hot. My friend and I, we actually didn't play that evening. I didn't play.
This bitch lying. She is lying. I don't believe any of these hoes who go here and just watch. I don't. I do not believe these women don't do anything at these fucking parties. No way.
For another 4 years, even though I continued working with that company. But I have come a long way since that party. Now it is definitely a part of my life, and
this bitch lying. She played.
I'm very invested in the community. You guys should let me know in the comments if you guys have ever been to a party like this, or if you want to go. I would love to see what you guys think.
She did not play, but now she's in the lifestyle. She was getting her fuck on. She lying. And I'm pretty sure she was in the shower having fun with those people. There ain't no way she wasn't doing nothing. And it's weird because just a lot of people are so open-minded. I matched with this one girl on Field, right? Bad Dominican chick. Bad. She was 23. And she's in a relationship and her boyfriend is a 53-year-old white man. And they're like, yeah, you want to hang out with us? So our situation is he likes watching me fuck other dudes. And I was like, and she was bad too, but I was like, no, I'm good. I would have been cool if she came to my apartment by herself, not with this white dude, this old white dude. But that was her situation, and I had to pass on that one because I'd rather her come alone instead of me doing that to her in front of some weird dude. But my thing is this, if you an old dude, bro, and you know you can't get it up, what is the point of dealing with these young bitches? If you know you can't get it up. That's my thing. Like, I'm all for dating young girls, but be able to keep up with them, bro. Like, work out. Be in the best shape that you can be, bro. What is the point of you getting with this young? I'm pretty sure that was her. I'm pretty sure that this dude she was with was her sugar daddy, but she said that was her boyfriend. The fact that he's 53 and she was in her early 20s, come on now, bro. That is her sugar daddy. He's paying for her lifestyle. But a lot of these women also have sugar daddies as well. The Spanish chick I was banging, this bootleg Instagram model, she was living in a luxury apartment in Jersey City, and she was having her rent paid by a sugar daddy. She's a bartender, she's a bartender. Ain't no way she's able to afford a luxury apartment on tips and shit. Who knows? But yeah, she had a sugar daddy paying her rent. A lot of these women have it too good, bro. I'm telling you. And then just, bro, these are what your future wives are doing if you do want to get married, bro. And this dude wrote in the comment, and I kind of agree with this dude. He said, shit, bro. He said 25 may be too old. He was saying that we need to, if we do go younger, we got to get these women at 21 before they're exposed to all this. But shit, I do think 21 is, because I'm 33. I always go like 23, 24, but I don't know. There may be some truth to what that dude said in the comment section about getting them at 21, because these women are just so exposed to so much. They're curious on all this freaky shit. So many women are having more sex than these dudes out here, dude. I'm telling you. I thought I was getting it in last year. I thought I was getting it in last year. But hearing all these women talking about they went to sex parties, I'm like, I was like, damn, I guess I wasn't getting it in that much for these women to be so open-minded. And I think that's probably why the STD rate is so high than previous years. It's just so many people are exploring and having fun with all these random strangers. So just be careful out there, y'all. Just know that this is just in New York City. Maybe it's all over the world, who knows? But I know in New York City, everyone is open-minded here, bro. And I know a lot of these hoes, the women I came across going to these sex parties, I'm pretty sure there is a whole bunch of women you match with on Hinge, Raya, Tinder, Bumble. All these women are on all these dating apps, and you don't even know that these hoes are going to sex parties every other weekend. They have a different side that you don't even know about. Be careful out here, guys. Be careful. Continue to focus on you and just watch out, man. These hoes are getting slutted out, okay? So let me know what y'all think in the comments. All right, I'll holler at y'all. Peace.